Hi, everybody. Antonio here with another daily reminder for you. And today's daily reminder is Inside Out. So it's about 11 o'clock at night when I typically do these things for whatever reason. Yeah, there's a reason. Well, anyway, it's 11 o'clock at night, and I just realized that I've had my shirt on inside out all day. This is I can't remember if this is not click. What is it? I think it's an SEO thing or click tracking. I can't remember. I got it at one of these marketing conferences, but I liked there was a little robot thing, and I got it. And did a couple of calls today, and the shirt, it didn't feel uncomfortable, but it was just weird. Something was just off, and I didn't think about it until I looked. I saw and I was filming myself, and I saw, I was like, wait a minute, is this thing faded? And I looked, I'm like, hey, this is Inside Out. Got a shirt on Inside Out. Right. That's that's a part of the whole pandemic thing, right? Who knows? We the Zoom outfit, nice up top, underwear at bottom. Who knows? Well, anyway, so I've been wearing this thing inside out all day. And then I, like I said, I recognized that I was wearing it inside out. And of course, it made me think of another life lesson, right? Sometimes when things may be going awry in our lives, things may not be going right, things may not be going the way you want them to, is to look inside. Why? Because that's how our lives operate. They operate inside out. Inside out. Things aren't happening to us, things are happening for us. And not just from the perspective of, oh, things are happening for me, for my, on my behalf. I think my camera's about to die. Yeah, if it dies, I'm going to have to switch the things. It's going to be fun and interesting that the screen's just going to go blank. Or maybe I can do one of these cool things to maybe I could do something cool in the meantime to see what happens. I love messing around with technology. We're going to see what happens if I do this. Let's see what happens. That's that soft porn music. Awful. Awful. Well, anyway, it gave me enough time to change out the battery, though. I usually have it plugged in. I'm trying something new with the battery and doing other things. Well, anyway, as I was saying, we live our lives inside out. What we see going on in our lives is a result of what's going on inside of us. Typically, if we see chaos going on, if we see conflict, if we see disruption, it's because of something that's going on inside of us that's showing up on the outside of us in some way, shape, or form. Now, I always have to be very clear when I make statements like that because people will want to tell me, well, what about when I got a flat tire? I didn't have a flat tire going on inside of me, or when any other disruption shows up. Most people like to look at it as a one-to-one scenario. This person cheated on me. Well, I didn't cheat on them, so why? What you're saying is not accurate. Well, and I won't get off on a tangent in explaining that because that's a whole nother call in of itself. But here's what happens in that moment. It's not about you cheating on that person and then that person cheating on you, is that you attracted a cheater. Something inside of you attracted the cheater. And, you know, again, people like to resist that Oh, why would I do that? Why would I attract a cheat? Maybe there's some lesson that you needed to learn that came through someone cheating on you. Maybe it was respecting yourself. Maybe it was being more diligent about the people that you bring into your life. Maybe it's about some area that you may be dishonest and that's going on in your life and is showing up in your relationship. It could be a whole multitude of things. But what it always boils down to is the one thing: inside out. Because when you look inside, you'll start finding the answers and solutions to some of the challenges that show up in your life. You'll start seeing why some of the things show up in the way that they do, because we've got something going on inside of us that brings about the reflection of that thing to us. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, because what it does for you, it allows you to stop and take an opportunity. Say, okay, I've got this stuff going on in my life. What's going on up here? What's going on right here? What's going on? Just asking the question a lot of times will open up the doors. Like, oh, you know what? I had this, bad deal with this client because, I'm harboring distrust for people, whatever. So I also want to make this other important point. It's not about blaming yourself. It's not about looking at yourself and saying, this is my fault. It's just looking inside. What's going on inside of me that's caused this? One of my challenges was not following through on things, starting out with things, but not really following through in the way that I should. And as a result of that, I had several things that fell apart. And I'll have to ask myself, is this just random chaos? Is this just some happening to things that this fell apart? No. By asking myself, so why did this thing fall apart like this? Well, you know why? It's because I didn't follow through in the way that I should have. And the beauty in that is that when you take that responsibility, you can do something about it. When you blame it on the other situations, then there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. It's out of your hands, and that's how we live a disempowered life, by putting the onus of our lives on other things instead of looking inside out. And we're walking around all day with our stuff on the outside when it should be on the inside, and other people are looking like that person right there, and we're none the wiser. We are none the wiser. So look at what's going on around you as a reflection. Gives you the opportunity to look inside out. So, and I'm going to give you another opportunity to look inside right now. I want you to look deep inside of you. Can you find a comment to add to this? Can you find a like, maybe? I want you to look inside and let that whatever's going on inside of you reflect outside in that like or comment. How about that? How about that? Can we do that? And on the opposite end of the spectrum, if you don't feel inclined to post a comment, what's going on inside? What's going on inside? There we go. Anyway, that's it for today's daily reminder. As always, appreciate you guys being here and putting up with my shenanigans, because that's what makes it fun. So that's it. We'll see you guys tomorrow on another daily reminder. Take care, everybody.